Welcome back students to our online platform, that is our school's YouTube channel. So again we are ready with today's video. This video is for class 9th and the subject is science, and we are supposed to continue the same chapter, that is chapter number 9, and the name of the chapter is force and laws of motion. So first of all we should recap the main points. Afterwards we are supposed to start the in-text questions. So we have started the force. Force is a push or pull, that we have already learned in the lower classes. Additional information I have given you that the force is a push or pull which can cause a change in the shape of an object. If you press anything, then if we apply the force from both the sides on a football, then we can change the shape. And the second one, the direction of the motion. If in the football we can see many times the ball is coming towards one player and afterwards he kicks the football and the direction of the motion has been changed. Suppose it was coming from this side and after I kicked the football it went this side. So the direction can be changed after the force is applied. The third thing, the state of motion can also be changed. Means, and if an object is at rest, if force is applied, it can be set into the motion, or if an object is already in the motion and in force is applied on that, so by the application of the force the object can be brought to the rest. Suppose football is coming from that side and I am not supposed to kick that, I am supposed to apply the force on that. Means I am supposed to put my foot on the football and I can bring that football at rest by applying the force through my leg. So this is the thing for the force. Now afterwards, force is a vector quantity because it is having the magnitude. Magnitude means with the mathematical value. At the same time, it is also having the direction, in which direction we are applying the force. So that also is considerable here. That's why it is a vector quantity, because vector quantities are those quantities having magnitude as well as the direction. Afterwards, the SI unit. The SI unit of the force is Newton. SI unit means the unit which is supposed to be follow all over the world. So all over the world we are supposed to calculate the force in newtons, that how many newtons anyone applied 10 Newton of force. So 10 is the magnitude, N is the SI unit, means Newton. It is denoted by capital N. At the same time we have discussed the 3 laws of motion. The first law was the inertia. Inertia is the inability of an object to change its position by its own, or the inertia is the means what we can say, quantity of mass. If the mass is more, the inertia will be more. The example is there. If one bike is there and we are supposed to move the bike, so we are supposed to apply the less force as compared to if a bus is there and we are supposed to push the bus to set it into the motion, to change its position, more force will be needed. Why? Because the mass of the bus is much more than that of the mass of the bike or bicycle. So higher the mass, higher will be the value of the inertia. And to overcome that inertia, to set that object into motion, we are supposed to apply the more force. So the first law of motion was means its second name is the law of inertia as well. The definition is that is, the statement is too much simple, that an object at rest will remain at rest, an object in motion will remain in motion until or unless an external force is applied on it. मीन्स जो मोशन में है वो मोशन में रहेगा, जो ऑब्जेक्ट रेस्ट पे है वो रेस्ट पे रहेगा, जब तक कि उस पर कोई हम बाहर से कोई फोर्स उस पर अप्लाई नहीं करते. द सेकेंड लॉ वाज रिलेटेड टू द मोमेंटम. द rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the force applied, or the second statement is the acceleration produced in an object is directly proportional to the force applied. जितनी हम force लगाएंगे acceleration उतना ही produce होगा in that object on which we are applying the force. The third law is the means the most simple one, that is the every action has equal but opposite reaction. and at the same time we have discussed the momentum also. Momentum is the product of mass and velocity, that is the numerical definition what we can say, and that the second definition is the amount of motion contained in an object is called momentum. Momentum is also a vector quantity, it is also having the direction as well as the magnitude. At the same time it is denoted by P is equals to mv, and the SI unit will be kilogram meter per second, because kilogram is the unit of SI unit of mass and the SI unit of velocity is meter per second. So mass into velocity, that is kilogram meter per second. At the same time one more term was there, impulse. Impulse is denoted by J. Impulse is the change in the momentum, means final momentum minus initial momentum. At the same time we have also discussed the conservation law of momentum. Conservation law of momentum states that the total momentum of a system has to be conserved, means total momentum of a system is a constant. I gave you the example of two balls are moving, and they are with the initial velocities, and after the collision is there. Collision should be perfectly elastic, means there should be no loss of mass का कोई भी loss वहाँ पे होना नहीं चाहिए. After the collision the velocity will be changed, that can be v1 v2, but the momentum before collision will always be equals to the momentum after collision. So again we have summarized the chapter in today's video. Now we are supposed to proceed the questions that is given within the chapter. So on page number 118, page number 118. On page number 118, the first question is there, which has the more inertia? Means in that some of the quantity have been given, suppose 1 rupee coin, 5 rupee coin, or a bus or a train, like this. So how to compare such quantities, means which one is having the more inertia? The quantity having more mass will have the more inertia, as we have discussed now only. 5 rupee coin is having the more mass as compared to the 1 rupee coin, so the inertia of the 5 rupee coin will be more. At the same time a car or a train, the mass of the train is much more as compared to the car, that's why the train will have the more inertia as compared to the car. So we are supposed to compare the given quantities with respect to their masses to find the difference in their, or to compare their inertia. More the mass, more will be the value of inertia. So first question you have to do. Second one is there, a football is there, and in the question it is given that how many times it has been kicked. So how many times the ball have been kicked, at that very times the velocity is supposed to be changed. So you are supposed to go through that question, you are supposed to calculate from the starting that who is kicking the ball, at many times the the football has been kicked, that many times the velocity of that football will change. So you are supposed to go through that question, and you are supposed to find, you are supposed to count that. The third question is there, some of the leaves of a tree gets detached when it is shaken vigorously. मीन्स कोई भी अगर पेड़ है हमारा, उसकी कोई ब्रांच है, पेड़ को तो वी कैन नॉट शेक इट, बट कोई ब्रांच है तो ब्रांच को हमने हिला दिया फोर्स लगा के, सो उसमें कुछ क्या होता है, सम ऑफ द लीव्स गेट डिअटैच्ड, मीन्स वो नीचे गिर जाती है. व्हाई इट इज सो? सो द इफ आई से दैट वन लाइन आंसर इज देयर, सो दैट विल बी द inertia of rest. We have already discussed. So I will explain the question keeping the point in view that this is due to inertia of rest. Initially the tree as well as the leaves are at rest. So according to the law of inertia, an object at rest want to be at rest until or unless an external force is applied. So in the starting the leaves as well as tree at rest. Afterwards we set the branch into motion by applying the force. अब हमने ब्रांच को तो फोर्स लगा के, डायरेक्टली फोर्स लगा के उसको हमने मोशन में ला दिया, बट ड्यू टू इनर्शिया द लीव्स टेंड्स टू बी एट रेस्ट, दे वांट टू बी एट रेस्ट, बट the branch is in motion. मीन्स ब्रांच मोशन में है और लीव्स को हमें रेस्ट पे ही रहना है. द ब्रांच इज मूविंग एंड लीव्स वांट टू स्टे एट रेस्ट. दैट्स वाई दीज लीव्स गेट डिटैच्ड फ्रॉम द ट्री व्हेन समवन शेक्स इट vigorously. मीन्स बहुत जोर से अगर हम उसको हिलाएंगे तो सम ऑफ द लीव्स विल डिटैच एंड दैट इज ड्यू टू द फिनोमेना ऑफ inertia of rest. So this was the explanation for this question. Afterwards, why the passenger used to fall in the forward direction when suddenly the brakes are applied, and when the passengers are supposed to fall in the backward direction when the bus starts suddenly. Again we will explain. That is, if a bus is at rest and someone is sitting in the bus, means both are at rest. So this is due to the inertia of rest. As the bus and the person is at rest and suddenly the bus start, so the portion of that person which is in the direct contact with the bus means comes into motion instantly. As the bus comes into motion, at the same time the lower portion which is in the direct contact of the bus comes into motion, but the upper part due to inertia tends to be at rest. That's why the passenger is able to fall in the backward direction. The second one is there when the bus stops suddenly. Then if the bus stops suddenly, the lower part of that passenger which is in the direct contact of that bus comes to at rest instantly. As the bus comes to at rest, means lower part हमारा क्या हो गया, रेस्ट पे आ गया, बट द अपर पार्ट ड्यू टू इनर्शिया ऑफ मोशन वांट टू बी इन मोशन. दैट्स वाई लोअर पार्ट हमारा रेस्ट पे आ गया, अपर पार्ट हमारा मोशन में है. देन वी आर सपोज टू फॉल इन द फॉरवर्ड direction. So that is the explanation for that. In such type of questions you are supposed to keep in mind which rule we are using, either inertia of rest or inertia of motion, and you are supposed to mention that. That will be the perfect answer. Afterwards we are supposed to discuss the questions on page number 126. First question is there on 126. A horse is pulling a cart. Horse is pulling a cart. So whether there is connection between the third law in that? Yes, the connection is there. Every action has equal but opposite reaction. As the horse is pulling the cart, or even we are moving on the earth, what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to apply the force on the earth in the backward direction. Or you can see whenever the athlete is supposed to start, then they are supposed to be like this. The position is like this, means their legs are forcing the earth surface in the backward direction. So in this case also the horse is means applying the force on the earth in the backward direction. That's why the earth is also providing the same reaction, how much force is applied by the horse, but in the opposite direction. Horse is applying the force in the backward direction, and the earth soil will apply the reaction, give the reaction of that action in the forward direction. That's why a horse can pull the cart easily. At the same time, the second question is there. The firemen are there, firefighters are there. They are supposed to use that hose pipe, means the pipe, using that they are supposed to throw the water to rescue the people who has been there due to some fire or some problem. So here we are not concerned with that, what the firefighter is supposed to do there. The question is there, when the water is flowing from that hose pipe, it is very hard for the fireman to hold that. And if you are saying that at the service stations also, if you went for the servicing of your bike or car, the pipe is there for water. They are supposed to throw the water with the force on that to split up, to wash away the dust. So if you leave that pipe, then that pipe will shake like this and that. Why it is so? The same thing is there with the firefighters. Their hose pipe, they are supposed to be too much careful while holding them. Many times I have seen that maybe two firefighters are holding that pipe, because the water is coming through that hose pipe with a force, and the direction of the force is in the forward direction. At the same time, the reaction is there in the backward direction. So if the firefighter leaves that pipe, that will move in the backward direction with the same magnitude as the water is moving in the forward direction. So here, due to the third law, every action has equal but opposite reaction, it is very hard to hold that hose pipe by firefighters. So like this question is also completed. Now the next one is the rifle and the bullet question. That is also a very important question, and in that question we are supposed to use that conservation of momentum, and we will solve that tomorrow. At the same time, whatever we have discussed, you are supposed to watch the video again, and if you are having any doubt, then you can replay the video again, and afterwards you are supposed to proceed the in-text questions what we have solved out here today and what we have discussed here. And after completing those, you are supposed to note down in the rough notebook, and afterwards you are supposed to take the pic of that, and you are supposed to upload on the school's WhatsApp number. Thank you very much.